If you'd like to watch this video in Turkish, click here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Kanalı Türk. I'm glad you can join me. Today we are at Angora's Turkish food market in Oakville, where I'll be shopping for some tasty ingredients for my series for Ramadan. We'll be making tasty sahur dishes that you can simply put in the freezer to prepare for Ramadan, and you can easily warm up and eat for sahur. For the first part of my series for Ramadan, we'll be making Hellimli sigara börek, or also known as Kalem börek, which is very popular in Turkey and in Cyprus. We'll be doing a Hellim version rolled up in a flaky pastry and angoras. You can find this in the refrigerator section. I'll be buying 2 of these, but you'll only require 1 for our recipe. I like to make a second batch that I send to my sister's house for my niece and nephew to eat. If they are sold out of the triangular pastry, you can find the larger versions. This is a big round sheet, and using a pizza cutter, you can just roll and cut these into triangular pieces and make your own sigara böreks. We'll also need some cheese. So in Cyprus, in North Cyprus, they make this with Hellim. Unfortunately, at Angoras today, they are sold out, but you can find beyaz peynir, which is a white cheese, which is the substitute for Hellim. You can use this to make it. And for this version, you'll require maydanoz, which is parsley. For the next ingredient, you'll need some dry mint. And this is what we'll use with the Hellim version, or Halloumi. So they've got some good quality one here, nice and fresh, and so you'll need a package of dry mint. And last but not least, you'll need some sunflower oil. If you can't find sunflower oil, please use any type of vegetable oil you prefer. Turks do prefer sunflower oil. So that's what I'll be picking up today. Hi, welcome back to my kitchen. So we're back from the Angora Turkish food market. And we've picked up the few items that we need to make our savory and crispy sigara böreks. So what we got there was our triangular yufkas. We picked up some dry mint. We got some sunflower oil that I've already poured here into a little cup. And unfortunately, they were out of Hellim or Halloumi. So I just wanted to mention the brand that I use. This is Cypriot, and I buy this at Costco. You can get a wide variety of different marks of Hellim from all the supermarkets now. They are available everywhere. You don't have to go just to a Turkish market. But for the price and for the best taste, I prefer this Hellim from Costco. Now, some areas do have 2 versions, with mint and without. So it's just up to you. It's your preference. I prefer the without mint. Definitely the best Hellim for the price. When you open it up, you'll have 2. And I have removed one here already to show you. It's a nice, firm, salty cheese. So once you open it up, it is quite watery. So what you'll want to do is dab it on a cloth to remove the moisture and some of the salt. I also recommend that you take a piece and give it a try. For me, the saltiness is perfect. You may find it or may not find it too salty. If you do, you can run it under some tap water or put it in a bowl to remove that excess salt. And then don't forget to pat it dry again before you get started. Okay, so we're going to start grating our hellim. I've patted it dry. I'm going to use the large part of the grater. Just going to press and grate. I'll be grating the whole one hellim for this recipe. Okay, so we've grated our hellim, and now we're going to need a half a cup of the dry mint. If you have packaged mint, feel free to use that. I happen to have dry mint that I grew at home in the winter, or in the summer, sorry, and I've dried it so I can use it throughout the winter. And when you're using your own fresh one, you want to make sure that it's broken up. So we'll measure about half a cup here. Just grinding it through your fingers so you don't have a lot of big pieces. Now, if you want to use fresh mint or fresh parsley, you can do that too. You can even use cilantro. I'm not a big fan of fresh leaves in my sigara börek. I find it gets in my teeth. Not a big fan. So I prefer the dried, but feel free to use fresh if that's what you like. I'm going to add the other half here. And then just give that a toss. Very simple recipe. Doesn't require a lot of ingredients, but you get maximum flavor. So there we go. We've got our filling ready for our börek. Okay, so very simple. You're going to take about a teaspoon of your filling and lay it at the widest end of the yufka. You don't want to overfill too much. These are, the new word is Kalem Böreği, which is pencil böreks. So you want them to be thin, long cylinders. So just with a teaspoon, just kind of, if you like to use your fingers, go ahead. There we go. Just going to spread it out on the bottom here. I like to do a few at a time. Some people even put less than this. Kind of like the chew of hellim, so if you want to put less, go ahead. A lot of people kind of go about like this and just spread it out. What you're going to do is you're going to take the ends of your yufka and fold it over your filling. And now gently, because don't forget, this is a delicate sheet. You're going to bring it over and roll. When you're at the end here, you're just going to use a pastry brush, dip it into some vegetable oil. And seal it closed. And there you have a sigara or a kalem böreği. I've got a tray here that I'm just going to go ahead and place them on as I roll. Okay, so next we're going to start by warming up a skillet or a hot frying pan. You want to get that nice and warm before you add your oil. And we're going to fry our sigara böreks. So here we've got our skillet, and we've got some sunflower oil. Any vegetable oil will do. A few tablespoons, maybe 5 or 6 tablespoons of oil. If you are using stainless steel, make sure that you heat the skillet up nice and hot before you add your oil. Okay, now that our skillet is all warmed up, we've got our oil heated up. We're going to start our sigara böreks or our kalem böreks. You're going to gently place into the hot oil. You're on about a medium high. Don't forget, this is a very thin bread, so it will quickly fry. Only about a minute or two on each side. You don't want to overcrowd. Space evenly in between, because you don't want to drop the temperature of the oil too much either. The saltiness of the hellim with this yufka all crisped up is going to be so delicious. There you guys go. So we've got about a minute and we're already nice and golden brown. And look at that, guys. All bubbly. Okay, so these are ready to be removed. I've got a paper towel lined plate here that I'm just going to set them on to drain. I just want to show you how you can prepare this for sahur ahead of time, because everybody knows when you get up in the middle of the night and you're really tired, you don't want to be preparing a lot of food. So what you can do is, before you fry your böreği, you can place them in a tray and just line them up. And then what you're going to do is take your tray and place it in the freezer. Once the böreği are frozen, you can place it into a freezer bag. And when you get up in the middle of the night, either you can fry them up, pop them in the oven, or air fry them, and they're good to go. If you want to have them cooked already, I suggest keeping them, maybe make them the night before, and then heating it up during the night. Like if you want to make them before you go to bed, and then in the middle of the night. Otherwise, freeze them before frying. Okay, so we're done preparing our crispy and savory böreği. For sahur here, I've got set up. We've got some black olives, some healthy fats. We've got our crisp vegetables and some honey. And I've also prepared an avocado yogurt dip. Just mash and blend together. Pour some olive oil on top. And you've got a nice healthy fat that'll keep you full throughout your day while you're fasting. And we're going to add our böreği. And of course, you'll serve up with a nice cup of hot Turkish tea.